Hello, everyone, and welcome you all to another chapter of the Adobe Illustrator Essential tutorial. So now we are on our chapter number 3, and here I'll be showing how you can use the Shape Builder tool. So here we'll be using the Shape Builder tool, and also I'll be showing you guys how you can actually design or put shadows. Okay, so I'll be showing you all of that here in this detail in this particular class. So let's not waste time and let's get started with this class. So now as I'm in my home page of the Illustrator, so now I'll open a new file from here. Okay, so I'll take basically this letterhead only, but from here I'll change the orientation and everything else is fine. I'll click on create and now it will create a workspace for me. Okay, so from here now I will be selecting four rectangles. Okay, so I'll click this one here. Okay, and I will add this ellipse here. I'll just overlap this one here and I'll again put another square or rectangle box over here. Okay, so I'll just create a rectangle box with my selection tool. I'll select this one and I'll move this one somewhere here. So as you guys can see now here I do have four options. Okay, so basically here you guys can see that this is showing me the alignment. Okay, here the pink line, so this is kind of showing me alignment that I am in the same line or not. Okay, so from here this is basically called the smart guide. Okay, so if you use the smart guide you guys will be able to use this particular option. So here as you can see this is the smart guide, so I have turned it on to see. Okay, so now here I do have that particular option. Okay, so this is the shape builder option. Okay, so this is quite cool. I'll be showing you guys by using this one. Okay, so here as you guys can see I do have my mouse. Okay, and I have selected the shape builder tool, and now what I can do is I'll just click on shift or I'll just click here. Oh, yeah, and yeah, before that, what I need to do is I'll take my selection tool and I'll select all these particular shapes. Okay, so here you guys can see that I have selected all these shapes which I have present here. Now I'll select this tool over here, and now one you can see that I do have a plus sign in my cursor. Okay, so you guys can see, and it is choosing parts separately. Okay, so this is how this it is. Okay, so now if I just want to make this one particular box, or suppose I want to make this particular place a particular box. In that case, what I can do is I will select this tool from here and I'll just hold on my mouse and I will just bring this here. Okay, so here you guys can see I'm bringing the mouse here, and now you can see if I come here and if I click outside, and now if I want to move, so again I'll just move this one here. So you guys saw, okay, how I did that one. Okay, so I can create a different shape here as well. Okay, again select this whole thing here, and now select again the shape builder tool, and after selecting you guys can choose this part. Okay, suppose I want to just choose this part. Okay, so here I have created another box and I'll come here. Okay, and I will just select this one, and this is how I can basically create. Okay, and if I want to create any other shape, so again suppose I will select this one, so I can also do that. So this is how you guys can actually start creating or making your own shapes. Or I will just select this. From here, I'll select all of it. Okay, I will select all from here. And now what I'm going to do is again select this tool and I will select this one or this one here. So now again I'll move. So here you guys can see I can also move this one. So this is how you guys can basically create different type of shapes. Okay, so from here and using this tool, you can actually move around the paths if you want to move around any path. You guys can select that one. Okay, so I'll come again to the selection tool and I can actually save this one if I want. Okay, so this is about all that. Okay, but now I'll be showing you guys how you can actually put any kind of shadow. Okay, so for that, I'll just close this file. I'll click on yes. And from here, what I'll do is I'll come here, I'll go to open. And in last class, the work which we did, we will open that. Okay. So this one we did how to draw with shapes and I will open this particular panel. So here you guys can also see that I have added some color here. Okay. So here if I select this layer, I do have this one. Okay. But now what I'm going to do is I'll just send this one backward, come to the properties panel, go to arrange option, and I'll click on send to back. Okay, so now I do have this one at the back. Okay, as you can see. Now what all I'll be doing is I will now select this particular layer and I want to add some kind of lining and some kind of shadows here. Okay, so first let's try to put some shadows here in this particular area. For that I will first take the line tool from here. Okay, so I'll select this line tool from here and suppose I want to put the line somewhere here. Okay, so in that case, what I'm going to do is I will first I'll come here and create one line. Okay, so what I can do is I will just create a line here. Okay, basically I will just try to zoom in a little bit and I want to add a line here because I want to add some kind of shadows, and for that here you guys can see I am trying to add a line here. Okay, so I'm trying to add a line and here you guys can see I do have added this line as well. Okay, so now with this particular tool, I will select this particular line and underneath that I'll select this one as well. Okay, with shift. So I will click on this and I'll click on shift and I have selected this layer as well. Now what I can do is I will come here in the fill option, and from my fill option what I can do is I can select different colors. Okay, so suppose I want to take uh, an orange color here. I have selected the orange color, but here I will change this one here. Okay, so maybe I will put it somewhere 12 or 15. Okay, I'll put 15 out here. And what I'll do is I'll click on enter. Okay, so here I have selected this one here and you guys can see a slight change. Okay, again if I select this layer and also clicking shift, if I click on this layer, come here and also I will just decrease the color white from here. Okay, so I will just decrease the color, but the total color here is changing. That means that I do have some problem with this layer here. Okay, suppose if I just come here, I need to intersect all this part. Okay, so I will just come here, I will delete this, and from here I will select another line. Okay, so I'll just select this particular line from here and I'll keep this line, and at the same time I will select this, or I will click on this, click on shift, this one and this layer. Okay, so I have selected both of this layer and now I'll change the fill color. Okay, or before that select this, and now I do have these two parts. Okay, so from here I'll come to the fill option, and from here basically I can change the color. Okay, so if I select this color, I want to add some part to it. Okay, so I'm trying to put some colors here and I'll click on enter and I'll click OK from here. So you guys can basically see I have changed this background color here. Okay, if I just zoom out, so here you can see I have changed the particular color somewhere here. Now if I again come and go back, select this layer, So now remove this color as well. And now what I'll do is I'll select this layer, and also with shift, I will select this layer. Now come here to this shape builder option. And now here you guys can see I do have the appearance. Okay. So I'll come here and I will take this orange color. But again, I'll do the customs option. And from here, I will just write 15. Okay. So I'll click on enter from here, and here you guys can see I can select in which particular part do I want that color. Okay, so I'll choose this one, and here you can see I do have a change in the color in this part. Okay, so same, I'll come here and I'll also do the same thing here as well. Okay, so for that again I'll come here, I'll select this particular line, and from this particular line I will create a line here. Okay, I will create this line, and after that I will select this particular part. Okay, so for that what I need to do is, so here you can see I have created the line as well, and now I will come here, and before that I will select this layer and also this one as well. Okay, so with my shift, I'll click on this one. So I've selected both of this. Now come to again the shape builder tool. And from the shape builder tool, you guys can see I can actually take this particular thing from here. Okay, so I will select this panel only. Okay, so for that, again, I will come here, uh, go back, select this one, and also with shift I will select this layer. Okay, and I have selected both of this layer from here. Okay, now I will again select unselect this layer on top. So now from here I will just select this particular part, but before that come to the fill option. Again from here, choose a particular color. I'll just take this yellow. Again come to this swatch, and from here just put 15. Okay, so I'll click enter here, and I'll select this spot, and here you can see this one is quite dark. Okay, so I'll select this one. Suppose now I will again select the selection tool, come here, and this one over here I will just delete this part. Okay, again select this path over here and delete this one as well. Okay, so I'll repeat the same thing all in all these layers as well. Okay, again come here, make a line. I will just create a line from here, and I have selected this particular part, and again I will come here and select this layer. So I will select this line, as well as I'll click on shift, select this path as well. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I will again come to the option here, go to fill, and from fill I will choose a color. Okay, so as this is a red color, I'll choose this one, come to the swatches, and here put something around 20. Okay, so I will put 20 here, and I'll click on enter, and here you guys can see if I just choose this particular shape here, I do have that color. Okay, so here as you can see I do have this layer here. Okay, a layer of color, and if I just go back again, I will come here, maybe I will just decrease the intensity down from here, and I'll just move this color around, and I want to get it somewhat pink or somewhat this color. Come to the swatches, red color, this one, and here you guys can actually see or view the color. Okay, so if I just want to make it kind of in the darker part, okay, I can make this color as well. So selected this one, and I'll click on here, and here you can see the change in the color as well. Okay, repeat the same process how many times you want. Okay, again come and select the selection tool, select this particular path and delete this one. Okay, I'll not take this whole thing. I will just select this part from here and I'll delete this part. Okay, so here you can see the change in my color. Again, with this selection tool, I will just select only this thing here. So I will try to actually select all of this from here. Okay, as I do have this color, then I will again come here and again I'll create one line. Okay, suppose if I just create one line from here, okay, and I will select this path. Again, I will select this path and also with my shift, I will select this path as well. Okay, so I've selected this path as well. Now with my this tool, I will come and go to the fill option, and from the fill option, maybe I'll select this color. Okay, now I will change the intensity from here. I will take 15 and I will click on enter. Or I'll come here. Maybe I will just increase this color a little bit. I'll just make it quite darker comparing to the other one. And yes, this one is now identifiable. Okay, so I will select only this layer. And here you guys can see the change. Okay, and now again come to the selection tool. And with the selection tool, I will just select this particular place and I can just delete this one. Okay, so you guys can do this as well. So I'll select this part, I'll delete this. So this is how it basically looks, as you guys can see, and you guys can repeat this particular process how many times you want. And if you want to select this part right now, you guys can select this part as well. Suppose if I want a different color, I can take a different color from here. Okay. So I hope you guys have understood this particular part. Here you can see I do have so many layers. I've shown you guys how you can add a shadow as well. Okay. So I hope now you guys can work with the shape builder tool. So this is something quite interesting how we can basically do that, and I can also import the color. The way I have showed you, I can basically select with my selection tool if I do have this one selected. And now if I directly select some color, suppose I want some different color here. Okay, I want it quite dark. So here if I select this one, here I can change the color as well. Okay, so these are the changes. And in stroke, I don't want any stroke. If I just select this one, now come out, here you can see the difference here. Okay, so this is what about this particular class, and hope you guys have understood this class here as well. Okay, so I'll just try to select this and keep it aligned. So here in this particular class, I have only showed you guys how you can add some shadows or modify your image. But in next class, I'll be showing you guys a project on how you can draw with the shape builder tool. Okay, so here I have only used the shape to fill in some colors and give some good effect here. But in from next class, we'll be learning how you can actually make one total design